This is to the CEO of Target who called upon Reverend Al Sharpton to sit down at the table to discuss the DEI rollbacks. You can call upon Jesus Christ himself to sit down with you. I'm still not coming into Target. You lost me as a customer.
We're all the people that said the Target boycott wouldn't work. We need y'all front and center. Target out here hoeing themselves to get people back in the store. They got some Daisy Duck collection. They out here meeting with Al Sharpton. And it's not because they care or wish they never rolled back DEI. It's because they lost $12.4 billion since the boycott began. And one thing I know about billionaires, you can call them assholes. You can even call them racist. But if you call them and tell them they lost $12.4 billion, they gonna listen. All goes back to the saying, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Welcome back to Echo Room Vibes, where the tea is peeping, the takes are spicy, and the stitches always get their flowers. Shout out to all the new subscribers and the day ones too. Y'all keep the room vibing. And of course, credit to the original creators and brilliant teachers behind this trendy convo. Today we are peeling the glittery sale sticker of a retail rebellion. Yes, we are talking about Target, the boycott, the backlash, and the big oops moment when the CEO tried to hit the reset button by calling Al Sharpton. So guys, let's quickly dive into the rest of the video and we will be back for more commentary.
Hey babe, can we talk about Target? I guess I just have a question. Are we completely done with Target? Are we just on a small break? Or are we done for good? Are we getting a complete divorce from Target? There's no amount of counseling, no amount of community leader that could bring us back to this relationship. It's okay to have varying opinions and to express them in the comments below, but it's never okay to be disrespectful to one another, okay? The last 10 weeks, Target is reporting massive stock decline. The foot traffic in Target has taken a significant hit, and we, the people as a collective, we're not shopping in Target. My question for you is, are we completely done with Target? And is there anything that any Al Sharpton, Jamal Bryant, or any other community leader, is there anything that they could do to persuade us to go back? Also want to know, why is it that Target took the most direct and worst hit when it came to our boycotts? We understand that Amazon and Walmart rolled back their DEI policies as well. Because of how quickly Target decided to roll back their DEI policies and fall in line with the current administration, because Target built their brand on DEI and helping minorities and then quickly reneged or developed amnesia concerning all the things that they had promised? You think Target is really sorry, or is Target responding and trying to roll back their decision on DEI because of how much money it's costing them? Because they pretended to like us and be for us, and they really never were. Every time that Target could have redeemed itself after rolling back its DEI policy, but now they've kicked the can too far down the road. I don't know the certain future of Target. I know what I think will happen, but I certainly feel like this is our Rosa Parks bus boycott of this time. When we band together to support a cause, we can force change or force you out of business by holding back our dollar.
Let's have a straight talk. You know, it's been reported that Target has lost $12.4 billion in market value. Their foot traffic is down, their stock is down, their profits are down. So they decided, Brian Cornell, who's the CEO, decided that he's going to meet with Al Sharpton to see if Al Sharpton would not encourage a boycott of Target. I don't think Brian Cornell is following the Target news and financial reports very well, because, Brian, buddy, the boycotts are already in place. Al Sharpton doesn't need to add another boycott, because the one we've got going is doing its job very well. You see, Brian, Target thought they could play in our faces and do all of this stuff that the orange toad wanted them to do, because, hey, they're just black people. They don't matter. And I think we proved you wrong, Target. Now, he is talking to Al Sharpton. I don't care if he calls Al, if he calls Hakeem Jeffries, or if he calls Jesse Jackson, or if he calls Cory Booker, any of them. But I tell you who he probably won't have on this speed dial. Jasmine Crockett. He's going to stay away from her like she's got leprosy. So, with all of this going on, Target, I would suggest that you go to the Orange Toad and all of his congressional mega members and his Supreme Court and all those poor red state mega members and ask them to come and support Target and maybe get you back where you want to be. Because you don't play in our faces without consequences. You all have a good day.
It's Good Friday and I have some good news. Target, y'all have messed up so bad that y'all have managed to turn this boycott into a breakup. The fact that I have not walked in a Target since this boycott began is something that makes me so proud of myself and also makes me realize that I never need to go back. There is nothing at Target that I haven't figured out some way to survive without. What a lot of Black people aren't understanding is why we have this heat for Target that we don't seem to have for other businesses. What about Amazon? What about Walmart? First of all, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Target played in our faces. We knew Amazon wasn't shit. We knew Walmart wasn't shit. But Target, we were rooting for you. After George Floyd, you pledged all this money. You rolled out all of these programs. You partnered with all of these Black brands. You carried all of this merchandise. We were really proud to shop at Target. And for you to throw us out the window at the first stop up the road just means that it was all fake. And now that we know that you are who we thought you were, we have to now act accordingly. So, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I have to laugh. Target thinking that the solution to them rolling back on DEI is scheduling a meeting with their CEO and Al Sharpton because people are boycotting is a little hilarious because, respectfully, no shade to Reverend Al Sharpton, power to the people, but Al Sharpton is not the spokesperson for Black America. More importantly, I would argue a huge part of this movement and the mobilization of it happened on social media, and Al Sharpton does not necessarily represent the generation that is pulling back their dollars from Target. I would also like to point out, let's say Target apologizes and acknowledges that this might not have been a smart business move. You offended your base, your consumer base. I would also argue that because they're losing that much dollars, like Black people are not the only people boycotting Target. But that's neither here nor there. Let's say they apologize. Let's say they acknowledge that doing that, especially so publicly, was a mistake. The reality is the apology would only matter if there's action and creating an infrastructure that allows their new brands, whether they're Black owned or not, to actually thrive on their shelves. Because just being a Black owned brand on a Target shelf isn't enough for you to actually do well as a business. And what happens is a lot of these brands get so excited about being at a Target and they have to scale to Target's demand and create an inventory that accommodates Target's consumer numbers. They end up not doing well and actually going under because they cannot afford to accommodate being in Target, but they also aren't necessarily selling at the rate they need to sell in order to just break even. So if Target, the multi-billion-dollar corporation, really wanted to make an apology, they should do a formal apology, but also create an infrastructure for brands entering Target, whether they are Black owned, women owned, or literally owned by anybody, that allows those brands to actually thrive on their shelves rather than just take up space in order to not sell and be removed from the shelves.
All right, welcome back, fam. So guys, what's the boycott all about? Black shoppers, long time, loyal, and loud when needed, decided, nah, we are not doing this. Allegedly, it started with product controversies, representation issues, and some behind-the-scenes decisions that rubbed folks the wrong way. Suddenly, the Red Bull's eye was the target of a digital protest. No picket signs in the parking lot, just receipts, return merc, and TikToks louder than the store intercom. So, Target CEO apparently said, "Get me Reverend Al." Enter Al Sharpton, civil rights icon, street game on point, but was he the move? Let the internet tell it. Nope. The reaction? Al Sharpton, who told y'all he was the representative for the entire Black community in 2025. Some users joked that the CEO Googled Black leadership and just called the first name that popped up. Others said it felt like inviting your granddad to settle a rap beef. Respectful, but off-key. But you know what? The Black voices speak out. Comment poured in like Clarence Cart on a Sunday. We didn't ask for Sharpton. We asked for accountability. You met with Al, but did you meet with the organizers, the influencers, the real everyday people boycotting? It's given. We did something. Please stop hashtagging us. This wasn't just about who got the meeting. It was about who didn't. So let's look at the bigger picture. Behind the shade and the satire, there is something serious here. Black Americans are reminding corporations, we are not a monolith, we are not invisible, and we control billions in spending power. Meeting with figureheads while ignoring grassroots voices, that's not allyship, that's PR with a dash of nostalgia. So, what now? Target, are we restocking the conversation or scanning the community for the first time? One thing is clear, the boycott has made noise and the people aren't just returning items, they are returning energy. This has been Echo Room Vibes. Drop a comment emoji or drop an emoji or any comment if you made it this far. And comment what you think. I read everyone. Subscribe, sip slow, and don't fall for the red tag distractions. Peace out.
Rap jingle, Echo Room Vibes. Beat kicks in, chill lo-fi or boom bap vibe. Catchy and melodic. Echo Room Vibes. Yeah, we bring that heat. Sat us so smooth, never miss a beat. No cap, no bias, just keeping it real. Comment what you think, tell us how you feel. One-stop spot for the daily scroll. Drama, fact, and a little bit of soul. Reacting to the world with a comic twist. We roast and reflects, nothing gets missed. No agendas, just that clever spark. We shine like what it takes to dark. Respect the clip, Stitch's origin too. We give the credit, that's how we do. Whoopie beat with variation, Echo Room Vibes. You keep us fly, shout out every end, that 1,000 guy. Like comments, be part of the tribe. Join the room, catch the vibe, fill the job. To all our subs, you keep us fly. Shout out every end, that 1,000 guy. We see you watching, don't just slide. Drop that fire emoji, show your pride.